Hi scholars, thank you for joining me for our Earth Day craft. Today we're going to be making seed bombs using recycled paper and wildflower seeds from our Copper Queen seed library. Can you name some flowers for me? I love all of those, but my most favorite is the sunflower. Did you know that a sunflower is heliotropic? Can you say that with me? Heliotropic. That means that sunflowers turn their blossoms to face the sun. So, can you practice being a sunflower with me? Let's try. So the sun rises in the east and then sets in the west. All right, so let's put our flower faces on. And in the morning, the sun wakes us up and we follow it all the way until noon when we eat our lunch. And then as it keeps going, it sets in the evening and goes to bed. Very good. Thank you for pretending with me. I think that we're ready to start our craft now. So, before we start, if we have long hair, don't forget to tie it back. And if we're wearing long sleeves, to roll them up, because today we are going to be working with water. So let's grab some newspaper. If you can, try to find newspaper that's printed with soy ink, and we are going to be ripping it into bits, just like this, okay? So, let's take our newspaper and we are going to rip into strips. All right, and now we're going to take our strips and rip them into bits. Let's just grab a couple. And let's begin. Rip, rip, rip. Very good. What does that look like? Confetti, right? But before our confetti gets everywhere, let's put it all into a pile. Okay, and let's grab a bin and some water. And let's begin. Let's pour the water into the bin very gently. Very good. That looks like enough to me. All right, time to put our confetti in the water. So we're going to sprinkle it in. Mine is getting everywhere. Sprinkle it in. Sprinkle it in. Sprinkle it in. And now we have to make sure that all of the confetti is wet. So let's make sure. Squish it all around. Get your hands in there. Make sure we get all the pieces off of our fingers. Now we can take our towel and dry off our hands. And we will let this sit for an hour. Since we have to let this sit, I have an idea. Why don't we pause the video and go and take a walk either in our neighborhood or our yard and pick out a spot where we're going to throw our seed bombs. All right, I will meet you back here. Welcome back, scholars. Did you find a good spot? Can you tell me where you picked? I'm very excited for you. Now that you're back, your bin should look something like this. See how the newspaper is dark and gray? That's because it's all wet. So now, before we start, let's get our seeds out and set them somewhere where we can reach. All right, that looks like a good spot. Okay. And remember, if we have long hair or we're wearing long sleeves, make sure we tie back our hair and roll up our sleeves. So now we're ready to begin. Let's stick our hands in. Ooh, what does that feel like? Ooh, is it kind of cold? Maybe it's really kind of squishy. All right, now we're gonna break all this up. Make sure, see, look, the water's a little bit gray too. All right, now first we're gonna go ahead and make some pancakes. So let's flatten our hand and we're gonna put some wet newspaper in there, right? Just kind of make it a little flat. Now we don't want it to be too thick, right? Just kind of thin, about the size of my hand. All right, and once we're happy with our shape, not happy yet. All right, once we're happy with our shape, we're gonna turn our hand into a cup. Now, can you see that from the side? And we're gonna press down in the center, make a little depression. Okay, get some of this off our hand, give our hands a little dry, and then we're gonna take just a pinch of seeds and we're gonna put it right in the middle of our cup, right? And so now here is the tricky part. Now we have to fold our sides down so they're covering the seeds, right? If you need help, please ask. Help is always there, right? We get by with a little help from our friends. Okay, so once we have all of our sides folded in, here's the fun part. Now we can put our hand into a fist and squeeze all the water out, get it all out until it's done dripping. And look, it looks something like that now, right? Now we can shape it into the shape that we'd like. Give it another little squeeze. Keep forming it into a ball. Give it another little squeeze. And voila, we have our first seed bomb. What do you think? Should we make some more? I think so. Let's go.
Floating on a moonbeam, drifting while my heart sings, swinging from a happy tune. All of life is happy, and it makes me sappy when I've got that good old swing. Dancing in the starlight, amazing while my heart's right, swinging from a happy tune. All of life is kinder, and it's even funner when you've got that good old swing. But
and voila, we have seed bombs. Can you count how many seed bombs we made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now when we're done, in order to let them dry, we're gonna have to put them in a sunny window in our homes, okay? And they need to sit for at least overnight. And when they're done, they'll look something like this. All right. Thank you for joining me in our Earth Day craft today. If you didn't get a chance to read with us, follow along with this link and read The Curious Garden. And if you are a Bisbee resident and would like to sign up for a seed subscription, please follow the link here to our website sign-up form. Thank you again for joining us, and happy Earth Day!